Hi, you guys. Hi, folks. Souls, spirits, energy of love and light. I was I am compelled to do a video on how to stop identifying with your mind, with your ego mind, how to stop feeding false narratives, how to stop feeding false cycles, basically, how to give yourself space and awareness, self awareness, how to have that self awareness 24/7, moment to moment, basically, right? Because we are growing up, we're programmed to identify with your mind, right? We're always in our heads, we're always thinking, either we're overthinking, overanalyzing, and no one talks about it as a form of madness, right? Everyone encourages it as if it's normal. So you grow up with this sense of reality where it's oh, I'm in my head, I'm in my mind, oh, dozed off, I was thinking, right? And but then once you start meditating and you discover stillness and you discover the I, right? And you shed all the titles, you shed everything, and you recognize you are not your mind, you're not your emotions, you're not your body. That's when things become really playful, right? That's when you become the conscious creator. Basically, how I like to see it is you wake up to a different consciousness, right? You level up, or you shift your reality, basically, where you're no longer either reacting or overthinking, indulging on autopilot of your false ego. You are self-aware, so you become two. Think this is basically what my advice here is. You become two people, to enter whatever you want to, whatever makes it easier for you, depending on your journey. So one's a doer and the other one's the absorber observer, or observing, right? Observer. So every moment to moment, whatever you're doing, do with intention, do with awareness, conscious, right? And observe it. See what you're doing. See how it makes you feel. See what you're feeling in the moment, right? So this way, once you start practicing that, you become more self-aware. You become more conscious of the words you speak into the universe, because now you recognize that what words are energy, words are powerful. You create your own reality. Therefore, whatever vocabulary you're indulging in, that's what you're painting. Basically, it's like markers, right? If this is filled with negativity, self-doubt, fear, I'm going to be painting my reality with fear, negativity, right? Because I'm projecting everything that's on the inside outwards. Therefore, I am literally the magician, the creator. Once you recognize you have the ability to choose what you want to paint your reality with, you consciously start choosing higher vibrational frequencies, energies, such as love, light, right? Courage, fear, whatever you want, it's at your fingertips. So once you start applying these new colors, start choosing brighter colors, brighter emotions, your reality starts to change internally. Therefore, externally, you're starting to paint things in different colors, in your perspective and your perception shifts. And that's how you really get change. It all starts within. This is why, and I know, cliche, right? But what do I always say about cliches? They're cheat codes to this life situation. So once you start observing, right, whatever you're doing, then you start choosing. Therefore, what I started, what I cut out is I no longer say, oh, you make me feel. There's no longer, don't give your power away. I feel. Remember, you create your own emotions. And you know, and no one wants, it's so funny, no one, well, I guess me, no one wants to take that responsibility. It's like, what? I created everything up to this point. I am God. You know what I mean? Everyone wants that power, but once they recognize the power, everyone's like hesitant to admit it, right? I create my thoughts. I create my emotion. I created how I reacted. Therefore, I manifested everything around me. Right? Because it means taking full responsibility. You're no longer you're no longer able to go back to the reality of ever playing victim. You're no longer able to go back to the reality of judgment because you stop judging yourself, and there's no more judgment. Therefore, you don't see judgment in others. Therefore, you no longer perceive someone judging you because that's no longer part of your reality. Because remember, once again, and I love how I have to say remember, because I'm also reminding myself, right? This is why it's so beautiful to talk out loud. When you have wonderful speech, when you encourage yourself, you're talking to the universe, you're engaging, you're creating, you're vibrating. So please, 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 if you haven't already, start talking out loud beautiful things into the universe. Start motivating yourself. Start hyping yourself up with positive speech. Open up a dictionary. Pick out new words you want to incorporate into your reality. That's how you change, right? Because it all starts with your actions. It starts with your speech. Whatever words we think, remember, thoughts are energy too. So be conscious, and this is where self-awareness is so important. Be conscious of your thoughts. Once again, one person is thinking, the other one's observing with no judgment. Say thank you for this thought, but then, choose. Always start, this is the thing, once we become aware that we are the conscious creator and we have all this power to create and choose, this is where it gets tricky, right? We're like, oh, well, now I have so many choices. Now, now you can't be like, oh, you made me feel this way, so I'm going to sulk for 3 days and give you the silent treat. Do you see what I mean? It shifts your reality where you no longer go to the negative traits you could have had in the past, or the negative traits that, movies, Hollywood, whatever, you see, because we've been so programmed, right, to fall into these categories that we see and think are normal. But then when you start waking up and you're vibrating on love and energy, you're like, here's the beautiful tip. Once you start feeling like anger or jealousy, which is fine, feel it, acknowledge it, observe it, like see it, but don't indulge in it. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't dwell in it. Don't make that your identity. Don't identify with your emotion and your thoughts. Don't be like, oh, there it is, this is who I am. No, we see it, we feel it, thank you. But this is the beauty when you start feeling a low vibrational emotion, you start feeling misaligned. You know why? Because you recognize that's not the I. The I is love and light energy. And when you feel misaligned, you can go from the observer, from the second point of view, and you can be like, oh, whoa, what just happened? What thought was this? Or what emotion what something doesn't feel in the flow, right? Because when you're in the flow, you're operating from your higher self. That means from your heart space, right? You're acting from love. You're thinking from love. You're experiencing the oneness with the universe. There's no longer just me, right? You're all connected. You see no limitations. You're limitless. You become limitless. Your responsibility and ability to act becomes limitless. So you're now this being of love and light. So when something low vibrational comes in, you have the awareness and the power to choose whether or not you want to indulge in it, right? And you get to see the duality in your actions. Without sitting and overthinking, you somehow get the answers intuitively, because what you're connected to the source, to your higher self, and to this infinite knowledge from the universe. Because you're recognizing you're all in one. We're all vibrating, learning, growing together. And that is exactly the flow of things. So once you feel something negative come in, you're able to not feed into it anymore. And that's what we're practicing, self-awareness. And this is once again why meditation is the number one tool I can recommend if you're just starting, or if you're already meditating. Keep doing that. Sound meditations, guided meditations, anything. Start out with walking meditations, anything to get you to a calmness, to get you aligned with your intuition. Highly, highly recommend, just to have that awareness in the moment to moment, and always accept the moment fully. I want to leave on that note. Each moment, no matter how it comes in, always allow it to come in, and always fully accept it, because that moment is perfect as it is. Don't try to control it. Don't try to change it. Don't try to manipulate it in any way. Go with the flow. And the answers, remember, the answers, clarity is always inside of us. Best of luck. Thank you for listening. I felt the need. I felt such an intuitive urge to share. 11:11. Love you. Best of luck. Namaste.